What a Friday night. Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us for DC News Now at 9. I'm Tasmeen Mahfouz.
Hi, everybody. I'm Chris Flanagan. Heavy rain, thunder, and lightning all sweeping through the DMV. Here is the aftermath. Fast and fierce storms tonight. Damage, water rescues, evacuations. Flash flooding right along 395 near the wharf. Abby Goss sent this video in. Water rising really fast as she headed home from DC to Arlington.
And damage in other areas. Look at the huge tree that came crashing down on this home in Northwest DC. Nobody was hurt, thank goodness. So this was between 6 and 7 o'clock, about a block away from Rock Creek Park on Bladen Avenue. The area hit hard by rain and wind.
And right near the vice president's home at the Naval Observatory, there's an SUV buried underneath that massive branch. You see there the grill and headlights. Someone who's actually inside that car, Secret Service got them out.
And look at this, about 5 minutes away on Adams Mill Road near Harvard Street in Northwest DC. A tree, listen this, fell on a moving car and also a parked car. Grateful to tell you no one in that moving car was hurt. And we have team coverage tonight on these damaging storms. Meteorologist Damon Matson joins us in just moments with what to expect this weekend.
But first, our Mariel Carbone in Southeast D.C. live tonight, where a three-story apartment building was evacuated after part of the roof was blown off. And Mariel, pretty surreal.
Yeah, definitely surreal for the people that live in this building. They no longer have a roof. We're going to show you, if you can see through this fencing behind us, the roof from this building just in this quad area between some of the buildings in this complex. This is on Mississippi Avenue Southeast. The storm blowing off that roof. If you look at the top of this structure, you can even see a piece of the roof still dangling up there at this point. So residents really trying to figure out what they're going to do here tonight. We're going to walk a little bit down the street so we can show you more of what blew off of this building. We've got shutters out here. This one just on the ground here, a whole shutter blew right off the side of the building, of the windows here. We're going to move that out of the way. And if you go a little bit further down here, we've just got branches from trees out here. So DC Fire and EMS are out on the scene evaluating the building right now. We know all the people that live here have been evacuated, but it's unclear the exact number of people that are going to be displaced. But the roof coming off here actually exposed some of the wood in the ceiling, so it's not safe for people to go back inside at this point. We know that the Red Cross is out here. They're ready to assist. But again, we've got DC officials just trying to get the exact number of people displaced. So that's what we've got for you out here right now. We'll update you as we know more. But for now, reporting live in Southeast, I'm Mariel Carbone, DC News Now.
Mariel, thank you. Of course, we'll keep checking in with you. Meanwhile, meteorologist Damon Matson giving us real-time updates all through these severe storms.
Yeah, Damon, quick but powerful storms. We had flights grounded, games delayed. 5 people on a pontoon boat in Potomac had EMS help just getting back to shore.
Yeah, these storms, all it takes is just that one, and my goodness, hey, double rainbow right there. How about that shot as we look out toward from the station camera here at DC News Now. Again, we were able to get that double rainbow shot behind some of these more intense thunderstorms. So yeah, there's some beauty behind all of the chaos, if you will. But folks, again, it only takes one cluster of storms, if you will, and that's what we got here. It all kind of came together right over Loudoun, Frederick, Montgomery counties. You see the 3-hour loop as these nasty storms work their way through the heart of the DC metro. And thankfully at this hour, we are not experiencing any current warnings. All flash flood and severe thunderstorm warnings have been dropped. Now, as you go south towards Stafford, Fredericksburg here along I-95, still a heavier downpour, some thunder and lightning being detected here, so not totally quiet across some of our southern counties. Far southern St. Mary's County near Lexington Park getting the last bit of that same line of storms as it continues to hold its strength, exiting off of the coastline here. But again, folks, for the most part, within the next hour, all of that activity is done, and we are going to have a quiet rest of your overnight here with just mostly cloudy skies, mild and muggy conditions. But as we go into your Saturday and Sunday, it looks like we're going to have a couple more rounds of storms. When and where should we expect that? We'll have your full forecast in just a bit.
Damon, thanks. The storms left thousands of homes without power all across Northern Virginia, D.C., and Maryland. Take a look here. According to Dominion Energy and Pepco in Fairfax and Fairfax City, a combined more than 5,000 homes in the dark. In D.C., more than 3,200 people lost power. And in Montgomery County, there's more than 1,000. And then in Prince George's County, 5,700 homes without power right now. And 9 days ago, a teacher visiting D.C. was murdered during a robbery attempt at Catholic University. Now the school is ramping up security in the hopes of preventing another tragedy.
And earlier tonight, our reporter Mariel Carbone was on campus in Northeast D.C. talking to students about the changes.
My first reaction was like shock.
Shock after hearing Kentucky teacher Maxwell Emerson was followed, then shot to death on the Catholic University campus.
You know, I've always known this place to be very safe, and I've never really worried about anything like that.
Rising senior Ben Reese says he still feels safe in what he calls the campus bubble, but he supports any efforts to make the area more secure following the crime.
I think a lot of people are scared, and a lot of people will appreciate the change.
Friday, the university sent out this email to parents and students, detailing efforts to reinforce campus security after last week's homicide, including more armed officers on campus, additional contract security guards, and an increase of officers on foot, bike, and by car, both on campus and near the Brooklyn Metro station.
It's sad. I mean, it's just tragic. Prevention is better than cure.
PhD student Ramajit Mitra says he supports the changes, though he says it's long overdue.
Because this is not an isolated incident. We have had incidents like this in this area before as well. So they should have been done a long time back.
Well, I think it's great that they're talking about it.
And while Joseph Saad appreciates the university's response, he's not entirely sure it's needed.
I don't necessarily think that this one murder is the start of a new string of crime happening on campus.
All right, no arrests at this hour after someone shot a car full of people leaving a funeral in Bladensburg, Maryland today.
Yeah, police say the drive-by shooting injured 5 people on a bridge right near Annapolis Road. Our Yamari Sase has the latest.
Roads have finally reopened after police spent hours investigating how this incident took place. Now, police say as these victims were leaving a funeral, they were driving and another vehicle opened fire, striking every single person inside that car. Now, the leaders in this area tell me that it's not common for violence to take place here, but it will not be tolerated.
When people are just on lunch breaks from work, you have some people who are just walking over here to our park to enjoy a walk or to get on the bike trail. My heart definitely sank, you know.
Leaders in the town of Bladensburg are disappointed after a shooting injured 5 people.
It's a shame when other people come into our community to do harm to other members. This has to stop, and it has to stop now.
It happened on a bridge on Bladensburg Road. Police arrived to the scene on Friday afternoon around 12:30. Officials say the victims were driving after leaving a funeral when another vehicle opened fire. The victims were taken to a nearby hospital.
It makes me feel so sad for those individuals that at their lowest point, when they were grieving a loved one and having to lay that person to rest, as they were leaving, they became victims of a shooting.
This was a unnecessary, senseless act of violence.
The shooting happened just steps away from the Peace Cross Memorial, and leaders say that's not okay.
A place that is supposed to be peace was used as a place to inflict violence upon someone, which is contradictory to our values as a community.
Now, we're still working to find out the conditions of these victims, but police say if anyone has any information regarding this incident, you are encouraged to call Bladensburg Police Department, and you can remain anonymous. For now, reporting in Bladensburg, Maryland, I'm Yamari Sase, DC News Now.
And a man killed in a hit and run right near the National Mall has been identified. Bing Wong from Philadelphia. He was 75 years old. Now, police are still looking for that hit and run driver. 3 people were struck Wednesday, including Wong and a 13-year-old girl who survived. Now, the Washington Post reports that 13-year-old was Wong's granddaughter. The crash happened on Constitution Avenue. Secret Service tried to pull the car over for expired tags. Instead, the car took off, ran a red light, struck the people in a crosswalk, and then drove away. And new details over Maryland, Virginia's battle for the future of FBI headquarters. It's now looking like Maryland could have a leg up.
Yeah, the General Services Administration, which decides a final location, is changing its criteria for choosing a site. It's giving more weight to cost and social equity and less weight to the site's proximity to the FBI's facilities in Quantico.
Yeah, so Springfield, Virginia has long seemed to have an edge with more of the convenient location. But Maryland leaders, they have argued that Prince George's County, which is majority black, goes along with President Biden's commitment to invest in historically underfunded communities.
And responding to the new criteria announcement, Team Maryland, which is made up of top leaders from the state, including Governor Wes Moore, calling today's announcement encouraging and a step in the right direction.
Yes, we also reached out to Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin, who says in spite of GSA changing the criteria, Virginia remains the best location for the FBI.
And an update tonight at 9 on the timeline for Maryland's long-awaited Purple Line. The opening date has once again been pushed back, this time to May 2027. That is 7 months later than the most recent estimate and more than 5 years later than the original plan. Transit officials say the project is 50% complete. The new completion date will cost the state an additional $148 million.